Hello and welcome to Borno Restoration, where we bring you up to speed on developmental strides across Borno State. I am Jessie Tafida. On today's episode of the program, we will take you through efforts of the Borno State Governor, Professor Babagana Zulum, aimed at developing the state. First, let's bring you the latest on Borno today. Every year, World Humanitarian Day honors the courage of aid workers and the communities they serve. This year's theme, Strengthening Global Solidarity and Empowering Local Communities, resonated deeply in Maiduguri, where UNICEF is working with 56 local partners across Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa states.
Gaps remain as disease outbreaks, climate change, and attacks by non-state armed groups continue to fuel displacement, food insecurity, and child malnutrition. Of the $255 million needed for humanitarian operations in 2025, UNICEF received only $95 million.
Conflicts, floods, and disease outbreaks continue to fuel hunger and displacement. This shortfall means critical services like nutrition, healthcare, and child protection are at risk of being scaled back. For many children in the northeast region, humanitarian aid is not just support, it is the thin line between survival and despair. UNICEF is urging government, donors, and the private sector to step up intervention.
UNICEF commends Borno and Yobe state governments for showing commitment through the counterpart funding demonstrated under the Child Nutrition Fund.
As the world reflects on humanitarian work, UNICEF says the bravery of local aid workers in Northeast is a reminder that lasting change depends on compassion, solidarity, and stronger support. Communities such as Bayan Nepa, Tudunwada, Bulunkutu, and Kushari, behind the CBN quarters in Maiduguri, are among the hardest hit by the recent floods. Thousands of families, from widows to nursing mothers and persons with disabilities, were forced out of their homes, with many now taking refuge within their neighborhoods. To cushion their suffering, the Northeast Development Commission has rolled out food and non-food items, part of its emergency response to disasters that compound the already fragile humanitarian situation in the Northeast.
Based on what the management has approved for food and non-food items, we have each beneficiary is going to go home with 7 food and non-food items. Namely, we have the rice, 25 kg, we have spaghetti, carton of spaghetti, we have 5 liters of gallon oil, vegetable oil, we have indomie, we have 10 kg of sugar, we have the non-food items are the mats, and then a blanket.
The Commission says this intervention is only one step in a broader plan to assist not just Borno, but other flood-hit states across the region, still reeling from the dual impact of natural disasters and insurgency. Officials add that NEDC will continue working hand-in-hand with the Borno State government and humanitarian partners to help restore livelihood and rebuild shattered communities. For many families, this assistance brings a ray of hope at a time when survival has been a daily struggle. But for lasting recovery, stakeholders insist that stronger disaster preparedness and long-term support will be key. A renewed sense of momentum is driving Operation Hatinkai. From the rugged terrains of Goza to the flashpoints of Bama and Kontuga, troops backed by the air component are making significant gains. In the latest string of offensive, troops killed at least 9 terrorists, seizing several AK-47 rifles and PKT machine guns during firefights. But the battle didn't end there. In what could have been a deadly ambush, soldiers foiled an attempt by terrorists to plant heavy improvised explosive devices on a bridge along the Merte-Dikwa road. After a brief but intense exchange of gunfire, troops recovered 2 heavy IEDs and related bomb-making materials, preventing what could have been a catastrophic attack on both military convoys and civilian commuters. The military says these latest successes underscore one thing: insurgents are losing ground and freedom of movement, thanks to the consistent tempo of operations being enforced across the theater. According to the Defense Headquarters, these actions align with fresh directives from the military high command to ensure insurgents are pushed further back, denied safe havens, and unable to regroup. Locals in affected areas have also been advised to remain vigilant and continue supporting the military by providing actionable intelligence. For communities across the northeast, the fight isn't over, but operations like this are signs that the military is keeping the pressure on. After years of devastation, displacement and despair caused by a decade-long insurgency, Borno's healthcare sector has struggled to breathe. Hospitals turned into shelters, medical staff overstretched, thousands of residents forced to travel miles for basic treatment. But today, the tide may be turning. In Maiduguri, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, arrived with a message of hope and action.
Health is one sector that the President is trying to use to unify this country, to heal this country, but also to inspire. Just by the work that we're able to do as Nigerians in improving our health sector, I believe our own confidence is just continuing to improve.
This gesture underscores the importance of workforce training and especially of management of healthcare institutions.
Governor Babagina Zulum, who hosted the minister, expressed deep appreciation for the federal government's intervention, saying Borno cannot afford to take health matters lightly.
I therefore urge you to engage in meaningful dialogues, leverage collective expertise and foster partnerships and collaborations to chart the way forward in revamping our health sector for efficient, affordable, and qualitative healthcare delivery.
The highlight of the day was at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, the largest in Nigeria, with a 1,577 bed capacity, where some groundbreaking projects were inaugurated. The Bola Ahmed Tinubu ICT Center, the first heart center in the entire Northeast, a state-of-the-art interventional radiography center, and a 150-bed stroke center aimed at reducing the burden of brain and nervous system-related diseases. From long overdue infrastructure to specialist medical services, the projects mark a renewed effort to resuscitate Borno's war-weary health sector. But experts say this is just a first step. Sustaining these gains will require political will, community ownership, and above all, security. In southern Borno, the rains haven't stopped, but neither has the suffering. In communities like Chibok, Damboa, and Askira, recent floods have turned everyday life into survival. Entire families have been displaced, homes lost, and farmlands destroyed. But in the middle of this hardship, help has arrived. Officials of the Northeast Development Commission defied the rains and made their way here for this purpose.
All these things were given on the basis of some natural disaster that happened with them. Based on the need assessment that was done, the management of the commission approved some items, relief items, to really cushion the effect of what happened.
Items handed over to representative of the Southern Borno Senatorial District include essential food supplies, mats, blankets and other necessities meant to ease the immediate pressure on the displaced families. Officials of the NEDC say the intervention is part of their continued commitment to restoring dignity to lives disrupted by both conflict and natural disasters in the Northeast.
This is one of the pillars why the commission was established. We have the stabilization master plan, which is strictly our guide in whatever we are doing. So what we are doing is just one of the pillars.
The NEDC assured that it will continue to stand with the people of Borno, rain or shine, until recovery becomes reality. For thousands affected by flood and conflict, these supplies here are more than just materials. They are a sign of hope, resilience, and a promise for better days ahead. The Minister of Regional Development, Abubakar Momo, arrived in Maiduguri to see firsthand what the Northeast Development Commission is doing on ground. His first stop was the Borno State Government House, where he met with the Deputy Governor and other top state officials, commending their collaboration with the Commission.
We are here in Borno State, particularly in Maiduguri, to see for ourselves the activities of the Northeast Development Commission, which is one of the establishments under the supervision of the ministry.
I want to appreciate the President through you that our state government remain committed to ensuring that the renewed hope agenda implementation in state levels are in high gear in our state and other states in Nigeria.
The visit then moved to one of the most significant projects executed by the NEDC, a newly constructed 45-kilometer road network connecting Koshebe, Zabarmari, Gosuma, and surrounding communities. These roads are not just physical connections, they are lifelines for communities that rely heavily on agriculture. The Jerebold axis, known for its farming activities, now has a better access to markets and services, potentially transforming the local economy.
Full of praises for the management and the board of Northeast Development Commission. This is all what the Renew Hope agenda of Mr. President is all about. That is to promote the economic activities of the rural community.
The minister also inspected other critical projects, including housing units, schools, and healthcare centers, some completed, others still ongoing. He emphasized that President Tinubu's administration remains committed to rebuilding communities devastated by insurgency, stressing that the Renewed Hope agenda is not just a slogan, but a promise in action. As the minister wraps up his visit, the message is clear. Federal and regional cooperation through bodies like the NEDC remains crucial to healing the wounds of the past and laying the foundation for a more resilient Northeast. A new beginning rises from the ashes of conflicts. Here in Dar es Jamal, Bama Local Council, the landscape is changing, not just with the construction of houses, but with the restoration of dignity and hope for over 3,000 displaced persons. They've lived in camps and public schools for years. Now they can finally call this place home. Representing Governor Zulum today is the Commissioner for Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Lawan Abawakilbe, highlighted the administration's renewed commitment to rebuilding Bama, one community at a time.
And to God be the glory, we have resettled 3,000 people. 1,000 temporary shelters will also be built to further resettle 3,000 people. and they have come here in good time to commence farming. So His Excellency's vision is to close down all camps and to resettle back most of our communities before the end of 2027. When you go to Banki, it's a success story. Usonguro Soye is a success story. Malum Chalumri is a success story. Bama is a success story. Konduga is a success story. Goza is currently ongoing.
The new homes are part of Borno's broader reconstruction, rehabilitation and resettlement program, a strategic framework aimed at restoring war-torn communities across the state. In addition to the homes, the state government provided each head of household with 100,000 naira and 25,000 naira to each wife, alongside essential relief materials, courtesy of the National Commission for Refugees.
This is an exercise that we are going to continue till we give everybody the whole of today. I am totally satisfied because I have participated and I'm still participating.
In line with tradition and security protocol, the resettlement team paid courtesy visits to the Shehu of Bama, military commandos, and the Bama local government chairman to keep stakeholders informed and engaged.
The name is Ambassador Babasho Abdul Ghani, Super Overall Chairman, Civilian JTF, Borno State. Well, Alhamdulillah, you see, Civilian JTF, I can say we are a child of necessity. We just come out in 2013 to support the security agencies to complement the national assignment, brought them into the land. The CJTF was formed by one of our dear president, Lawan Japar, who is the founder of the Civilian JTF. We support the security outfit to carry out their national assignment and also to protect the life and properties of the citizens of our dear state. That is our emergence. Well, the Civilian JTF is a volunteer group. At the beginning, we just come out voluntary to support the security agencies. We are spending our resources, the own resources that we have. We used to volunteer it to support ourselves, to chase out those menaces in our midst and hand them over to the security agencies. And later on, the government of Borno State realized the importance of Civilian JTF. That's how the government brought one scheme called BOYES. He engaged the training, that is skills training, Borno Youth Empowerment Scheme. But we have security vanguard part of the scheme that have been trained about 1,850 members of Civilian JTF, those who are receiving allowance at the end of every month. I will just say our funding is coming from the Borno State government. Well, as I can tell you, initially we are voluntary services. We just take oath at the beginning of the Civilian JTF. You see, in 2013, we are not safe in the hands of the Boko Haram, and also we are not safe in the hands of the military, who are the JTF on ground at that time. So they don't know who is Boko Haram. When there will be attack, they will just come out and cordon an area and pick out everybody, whether you are a Boko Haram or you are innocent. Then we realize, we say, no, we will not sit down and see this thing. We're supposed to come out and support the security agencies to end this problem that we are facing. That's how we join it. But before we join it, we'll talk out in the front of the religious leaders or community leaders. If you are a Christian, you will swear with the Holy Bible. If you are a Muslim, you will swear with the Holy Quran. that he will do justice, no politics, no hatred, no religion difference, no ethnic difference. If a person is Boko Haram, he will just point him, arrest him, and hand you over to the security agencies. That is the agreement we made initially. We start this work across the state. We started with the 15 ward of the metropolitan, extended to Jere, extended to the 27 local government of the Borno state, and now in other part of the Nigerian nationally. We have civilian JTF in Lagos, Abuja, Adamawa, even Kano, Kaduna, we have civilian JTF all those states now. Yeah. If you want to join the civilian JTF, first you will come to us. We will give you a biometrics form. Then you will write your name. We have many columns. We have columns of religious leaders to testify you are a good person, characters and others. And also we have the columns of the security agencies. After all those, we will take it to vetting. All those people that you see the government is paying, they have sent them through vetting in DSS. But after through that vetting, that's how they will put them to the allowance. Not directly with government will take you and write your name and put you to allowance. No. You must go through vetting. If you go through vetting, if you are screened, you are okay, then later on, you will go into the payroll. That's how it started. We have good cordial relationship with the other security agencies, especially the military, the theater command. We have very good cordial relationship with them. And we are holding meetings, security meetings with them. They will invite us to the theater command, the garrison, even the police will invite us to the police headquarters for meeting with the other DPOs and others. So we have very good cordial working relationship with the other security agencies. The CJTF, the government advising us to send our men to school. Even last 2 years, we have received about 50 graduates in CJTF, those who went to the NYC. So we are pushing them. And we have many educated ones. We have degree holders. You understand, we have diploma holders. Even me, presently, I'm running my master's. I'm also a civilian JTF. So you see, we have many potential in CJTFs. So we hope the government, as the professor promised to even sponsor our give us scholarship for studying. So we welcome him. So we are still begging the federal government to come in. The state alone cannot do this work. So let the federal government come and assist the state government, the state also, to help us.
And that's the much we can take on this episode of Borno Restoration. Thanks for watching. I'm Jessie Tafida. See you next time. Bye-bye.